Hi everybody, Natasha Wilkinson here, Independent Scentsy Consultant, Mount Isa, Australia. It is the end of January, so it is time to talk about the last 2 weeks of January's empties so we can empty out the empties and start fresh for February. So, without further ado, let's break into what I have been using for the last 2 weeks of January. So, non-wax items to begin with. My Jammy Time Washer Whiffs small tub has been completely used up. I love to use our laundry bundle in Jammy Time for our towels and our bedding. Jammy Time is just a beautiful, sweet lavender, freesia and sweet pea scent. It is perfect for toweling and bedding, perfect for the bedroom, relaxing and calming. Along with the washer whiffs, I have also finished up the Jammy Time laundry liquid, and I'm almost finished up our Jammy Time Scent Soft. The only laundry product I don't really use in our laundry products are the dryer discs, and that is because we don't own a dryer. If we owned a dryer, I would probably be using the dryer discs along with the rest of our laundry products. But as we don't own a dryer, I don't use the dryer discs. I finished up my Winterberry Apple Tea Sugar Scrub. I loved this scent. It is a sweet berry honey type scent. I love this scent. I am kind of disappointed we don't get this in the bars like Region 1 do, or the pods or the other items. I would love to eventually see Winterberry Apple Tea come in other products here to Region 3, because it is a beautiful, soft berry honey scent, and even though it is predominantly brought to us over Christmas in these products and predominantly winter in Region 1, to me it is a scent I could see myself warming all year round, or using all year round in this case, because we don't get the wax bars here in Region 3. So my son's Scout Buddy of about 3, maybe 4 years old had still his original scent pack of Clean Breeze in it. Got no scent whatsoever anymore after 3 years. So I will be replacing it out. I have taken it out of his Scout Buddy. I just have to sit down with him so he can tell me what scent pack he would like me to purchase next for his little buddy. And by the looks of it, they are my non-wax empties. So let's delve into my wax empties. So, Snuggle Up from our Catching Z's collection. I have completely used this up. Since he described Snuggle Up as settled down in cashmere woods, curled up with angel lavender and soothing sage. Now, I have had so many consultants compare this as somewhere between Jammy Time and Fuzzy Blanket, which are two of my absolute favourite lavender scents. I can see where they're coming with this description, as you do get the lavender and you do get the softness of the cashmere woods in this, but to me, Fuzzy Blanket and Jammy Time have a floral sweetness to it as well. Fuzzy Blanket has honeysuckle in it, and Jammy Time has sweet pea and freesia in it, and they are both sweet floral fragrances, and I think that's why I love them so much. I love that combination of that lavender and sweet floral, but the sage in here and the lavender in here is a lot more herbal to my nose. So while I can see their comparison, to me this has more of a herbal note compared to Jammy Time and Fuzzy Blanket. So that is Snuggle Up. The next one we are going to talk about is Lights Out, and this is also from our Catching Z's collection. Night falls gently over relaxing sandalwood, sweet vanilla and warm amber. I wanted to love this one. I really did, because the description sounds to me very similar to Pacific Sandalwood, and I really, really love sandalwood. It was soft, but there was a smell about it that reminded me, and it wasn't until another couple of consultants pointed it out that I could see. I could smell a cigarette smell to it, which reminded me of my father. My father's a smoker. That lingering tobacco cigarette smell that lingers in the air. I was not a fan of that cigarette-y smell that I got from Lights Out. I didn't get much of the sweetness of the vanilla. I got the softness of the cashmere, and it was a soft scent, but there was that tobacco-y, cigarette-y smell about it that I just didn't like. So it will not be a repurchase. It will not be a Scentsy Club ad for me. Lights Out, and I would have thought that would have been my favourite of the lot, but it wasn't. My favourite of the Catching Z's collection was Shut Eye, and that is fuzzy peach, jasmine, and a touch of cedar harmonise on a fragrant lullaby. This, to me, reminded me a little bit of Cozy Cardigan, but slightly sweeter. That peach and jasmine just gave it a sweet, soft, relaxing smell. This is one that I would consider putting in my Scentsy Club if it's still available when my next Scentsy Club order for my bedroom scents process. I will probably add this to Scentsy Club, as it is nice, it is soft. I wouldn't keep it in Scentsy Club, but I would like to grab a few more of these, because that by far out of the Catching Z's collection of what I have warmed so far have been my favourite. I did also warm 1 cube of Pillow Time, which was Blue Tansy tucked in with Silk Blossom and Calming Passion Flower. I've only warmed 1 cube of that. That is very bathroomy, very laundry-esque to me. It is very fresh. It is very sweet. It's not one I would probably put in my bedroom, Blue Tansy. I still need to warm the rest of the bar to decide what I feel about that. As I said, I've only warmed 1 cube of that, and I have yet to warm Sleep Happy. So there are my warming reviews on the Sleep Happy collection of what I have gotten through so far. After I warmed Lights Out, to be honest with you, this whole sleep collection I found a bit underwhelming. It wasn't my preference. I could see where they were going, and while I enjoyed Shut Eye, I wanted a break from the sleep collection. So to break up that break, I popped in Find Your Happy Showered in Flowers. and this is described as follow the trail of rose petals to a bouquet of sweet jasmine, sun-kissed greens, and overwhelming love. Now, when I first got this, I warmed it in my open concept area and it got lost. I found it too light for the open concept area, but I haven't taken out of my Scentsy Club yet. I since got a second bar in my Scentsy Club, and so I popped this in the bedroom, smaller area, because I wanted to like this. It is a sweet, pretty floral, and it just got lost in the open concept. But after warming those Catching Z's, I don't know whether it was because I really needed the break from the Catching Z's or the fact that I warmed it in a not so open concept area, a more confined area in my bedroom. I really enjoyed this. So I am still not taking it out of Scentsy Club. I still want a few more, because I love everything jasmine, I love everything rose, but this isn't a powdery floral. It is sweet, it is pretty, it is perfumey, and while it only lasted about a day, even in a lower concept area, I could smell it in the lower concept area, and even though it doesn't have fruit in it, that sweet, perfumey floral kind of makes it smell slightly fruity to me. So I really enjoyed this. As I said, it may have been a combination of the fact that I didn't really enjoy the Catching Z's, which is why I enjoyed this more, and I did reach the sense that I would enjoy like your rose, your jasmine, because I just love those scents, and I was still at the stage of trying to decide whether this is a keep or a ditch for me. In Scentsy Club, it has everything I love about it. It's just performance-wise, I'm not sure, but worked a lot better in the bedroom than open concept area. So, Iridescent Pearl. This is one that will be available again as of the 1st of February, in just a couple of days. It is a bar that I had from our last autumn-winter catalogue. Just poked myself in the eye with the clamshell. That was very smart of me. Okay, so I had this from our last autumn-winter catalogue, and I had held off warming it because I had heard from other consultants that it was very light and didn't throw very well. So I was holding off warming it, hoping to cure the bar a bit. Sometimes if you hold off on the lighter scents and cure the bars, they will develop a little bit of a stronger scent. Now let me just pick up the description. Iridescent Pearl. Lustrous layers of juicy mango and apple blossom wind down with tranquil water lotus. Knowing it was going to be quite a light scent, I chose to warm this particular bar in the bathroom and the laundry. And it did throw a little bit. I could smell it a little bit. Lasted only about a day. It's a sweet, fruity, aquatic scent, and I did enjoy it. Still quite light, but I could get enough scent thrown in my bathroom and my laundry for what I needed. It is also coming in our scent pods, so I'm keen to grab scent pods as well to see if the scent pods perform a bit better and maybe combine them with these two scents. Next we are going to talk about is these two bars. I did a combination of Happy Birthday and Simply Strawberry. Simply Strawberry is, to me, just strawberries, but to me it smells like a strawberry that hasn't quite ripened. Still sweet, but just about ready to ripen and green on the vine. Happy Birthday is a whipped vanilla cake with frosting, and it smells just like that, a decadent creamy vanilla cake with frosting, and it smells a lot better warming than it does on cold. The only thing, when I do warm it in my house, my daughter and my son find it overwhelmingly sweet. They're not big fans of it, so when I do warm it, I do have to mix it with something. So in this case, I mixed it with Simply Strawberry, a little something fruity to tone down that bakery a little bit, and made quite a nice strawberry shortcake type of fragrance. And neither my daughter or son complained, or my son didn't complain. My daughter doesn't complain if she doesn't like something. She just walks around and turns my warmers off, because according to my daughter, if she doesn't like something, she won't ask to turn them off. She will just turn them off. And she doesn't like it, so she'll turn it off. But she didn't walk around and try turning the warmers off like she would if I were to just warm Happy Birthday by myself. So I got away with warming Happy Birthday and Simply Strawberry together. Now, this is currently my warmers here in the bedroom. I popped it in yesterday. Pink Cotton. First time on the bandwagon of warming Pink Cotton, and I am, may I say, surprised. If Pretty had a fragrance, it would have to be Pink Cotton. I steered clear of this since joining in February. Mainly, to me, crisp laundry scents are not my preference. I know there are a lot of other people's preference, but to me, I like some, even citrus scents. They can't be just overwhelmingly citrus. I have to have a bit of sweetness added to my fragrances. I like florals, I like fruities, and I think I gravitate towards them because of the sweetness. I like spice, I like bakery in winter, but even the bakery and spices I choose have some type of fruit or cinnamon, some type of sweetness in it. Yes, cinnamon's a spice, it's not sweet, but there's something about cinnamon that just adds to a bakery to me. Anyway, back to Pink Cotton. Find your fantasy on a cloud of clean cotton swirled with fruity pink berries and vanilla sugar. As I was saying, I steered away from this for so long because to me, when I'd smell it on cold, I would smell that clean, crisp laundry scent. But the other day when I was doing first sniffs of that tester, it was a hot day and my testers was slightly warmed up and that berry was shining through a bit. So I grabbed one to try it, and this just transforms on warming. That berry is sweet. It is perfumey. It just brought that clean, crisp laundry to a whole new level and added something sweet and perfumey to this scent. And I really enjoyed it. It threw extremely well in the room. It is quite a strong performer. This would be a repurchase for me. Loved, loved, loved it. Pink Cotton. So, Dazzling Pomegranate. This is another one that will be available in February. That is coming back, which I picked up in the clearance section, but it is coming back into our normal catalogue. And it is serve a sparkling melody of pomegranate, bright orange, and mimosa accord. So this is fruit. It is spritzy. It is effervescent-y. it is like a tropical punch to me, but fruity and effervescent-y. A perfect scent to warm on hot summer days. The next one I am going to talk about, which I picked up in the clearance section, you have to type it in to actually find this one. This is one of the hidden Scentsy bars, and that is Go Glam, and it is described as take to the red carpet and bask in your moment to shine with the Go Glam Scentsy bar, a rich opulent blend of plump pomegranate seeds, trickling blackberry nectar and heady night jasmine. This to me was a sweet floral, slightly tart from that pomegranate, but it wasn't a strong performer. I didn't get much scent out of it, whether it because it's an older bar, I don't know. It might be one that might need to cure a bit, so if I were to purchase another one, I might leave it a bit. Smells nice in the clamshell, but I didn't get much throw of it in my, I warmed it in my bedroom here, so I don't know if it's just me or whether I was expecting something a little bit stronger. I'd probably have to buy another one to give another go with that one to get a proper review of that one. The next one I warmed in our open concept area from our Harvest collection, Appleberry, and it is described as a barrel full of fresh picked crimson apples complemented by cranberry and pomegranate is very, very good. So it is basically a fruity mixture of berries, and that's what you get. Something summery, something bright. Apples without your spices for your autumny scents. Now, I was in the mood for a bit of a palette cleanser in the bedroom, so I warmed Perfect Peppermint, and that's all it is, a strong pepperminty scent. So I popped that through the house when I wanted to cleanse it a bit. Minty scent, just one bite. Now this was from our Villains collection. I have this in my Scentsy Club, and it will be staying in my Scentsy Club. Whether I downgrade it to one, I have yet to decide. I actually have two coming at a time in my Scentsy Club. But it is described as the temptation is too much to resist when poison apple hidden deep in the forest woods blends with warm cinnamon and menacing black molasses. So this, unlike Jack's Obsession, is red apple, not green apple, and it is a lot more cinnamon heavy than Jack's Obsession. Jack's Obsession is green apple with a little bit of cinnamon. This is cinnamon with red apple. You get kind of a mixture of the both. But then that molasses in this. I walked out of the lounge room for a little bit, which is where I was warming this. And when I walked back in the lounge room, I'm thinking, I don't remember putting Halloween Town in my warmers. I got something woodsy and I got something dark and mysterious, which are very similar scents that you get in Halloween Town. It reminded me a bit of Halloween Town, but more cinnamon and fruity predominant than Halloween Town. And then it took me a moment to click. I've got just one bite in here. I can smell more of the cinnamon. I can smell more of the fruit. But that note, that mysterious note from Halloween Town, kind of came through, I think, with the molasses. So it was kind of a deeper, darker version of Halloween Town with more cinnamon and more fruit, whereas Halloween Town has more of that oaky, woodsy note. But to me, it was very reminiscent of Halloween Town. And I also warmed in my boys' room Monsters Inc., which was a monster dose of mandarin, watermelon, pineapple, and lush plums await like no other. Now, this is, to me, more Be Fabulous than Alice in Wonderland. It has been compared to both of them, but unlike Be Fabulous, it is slightly sweeter, but you definitely get that citrus effervescent note. So you get the sweetness from Alice in Wonderland, but the effervescent and the citrus from Be Fabulous, and its toning is more Be Fabulous. But it is so bright, it is so fresh, it is fruity, and my son has a Darth Vader warmer, he has a Baby Yoda warmer, Mandalorian warmer, and he has the mini Jack Skellington warmer. He also has 2 birds in his room, so I don't like to put the maximum amount of cubes in the warmers like I do everywhere else in the house. I put 1 cube in each warmer. So, but even with that 1 cube in each warmer, it filled up the room beautiful with this effervescent fruit punch smell, and it lasted probably 2 to 3 days, I found, which you don't normally get with your Disney scents. And even when the warmers were turned off, I think the second day I had the warmer turned off and walked out. And the next morning I walked in, the warmers weren't on, but that beautiful fruit punchy smell lingered in the air. This is in my Scentsy Club by 2. I will probably, after my next shipment, when I get another 2, drop it down to 1. But I will be keeping it in my Scentsy Club because it was perfect for my boys' room. It masks those boys' smell. Now, let's go into the next lot of my empties, which is what I have been diffusing. I have used 1 oil up completely, as I only had 1 use left in it, and that was the blackberry and raspberry. Now, let me just find the wheel section here. Blackberry and basil, sorry, not blackberry and raspberry. Blackberry and basil strikes a beautiful balance with sweet basil and a touch of vanilla. So you definitely get the tartness of the blackberry and the sweetness of the vanilla in this, and that was completely finished up. So I also used or diffused some awesome apple when I was doing my Just One Bite, and that is a golden honey crisp apple sprinkled with sugar cane and ground cinnamon. And you smell the apple, you smell the cinnamon, so I just wanted to add that bit of cinnamon note to my diffusing in the bedroom when I was doing the lavender scents, Twinkle Twinkle. So that is described as chamomile, eucalyptus and lavender soothe and sleep. So it was just a nice lavendery scent I was diffusing in the bedroom. Now, I did diffuse some of my Valentine's Day collection from my older Valentine's Day tin. Hug Me, which is my favourite one. I've probably got maybe 1 or 2 uses left out of this particular jar of Hug Me before I have to open up the new one I've brought. That is Wrap Yourself in a Romantic Bouquet of Jasmine Petals and Violet Over Salted Tonka Bean. That is basically a sweet, pretty floral. And the other one I diffused was Love Ya, which was Carmine Nashi Pear and Pink Sugar Crystals sparkle with an irresistible lemon fizz. Now, I was diffusing this when I was doing... So this was diffused with the Dazzling Pomegranate to continue with that effervescent, fruity, punchy note. The next ones I diffused were from the holiday collection. So I have got maybe one use left of this Peppermint Everything, and this was diffused when I was obviously doing Perfect Peppermint, just to continue on with that peppermint cleansing crisp smell. And holiday shortbread, which I popped in when I was doing Happy Birthday and Simply Strawberry, to continue with that bakery cakey type theme, with Pink Cotton, which is currently going. I am doing Cotton Blossom Tangerine, and this is one that discontinued in our last autumn winter catalogue. It is basically a cotton laundry scent with a citrus note behind it. It actually complements really well with that pink cotton, because the pink cotton has the berries and the cotton and the laundry note, so the laundry notes complementing together, and then it's just adding a bit of an extra fruity note with the tangerine. And last but not least, I decided to try some of the Vevita and Sandalwood, something comforting, something relaxing. This one discontinues as of the end of this month, which is tomorrow, and will no longer be available, but I still have the full tester bottle, and I am enjoying this one as well. So that is what I have been diffusing. They are my empties. I hope you enjoyed this video. We are ready to start again now for February. I look forward to speaking to you in 2 weeks' time when we go through what I have been using for the first half of February. Until then, stay safe and